Modern men weren't ready for Andrew Tate. I mean, the only reason I say that is because, nowadays, bro, people will kill themselves before they listen or read to somebody else's opinion. And that's only if that opinion doesn't line up with their opinions and their beliefs. And honestly, this spiked after COVID, because the vaccine and all that type of shit. And I don't think COVID doesn't exist anymore, by the way. But besides the point, you could basically call this an arrogance epidemic. And Andrew Tate kind of spoke on that before, bro. Just simply look at how he got canceled. And honestly, I'd be lying if I said Andrew Tate didn't change my life in some way or form. Like, I've honestly cried to one of his videos before. He truly is an inspiration, and honestly, I think he's only an inspiration to those who allow him to be. And let's just roll back to people not being able to take other opinions and beliefs if it doesn't line up with theirs. That honestly ties back to me and other people playing this self-improvement game as well, bro. Like, just imagine a feminist, she got as big as Andrew Tate, and she started saying shit that was like controversial, kind of made sense. All of us would kind of get pissed off and we'd start hating on her. Nah, she's a fucking feminist, all that kind of stuff. We'd be doing that stuff too. Like, you just have to admit it. And that's a problem. But besides the point, he didn't get canceled because of what he was saying. I mean, yeah, I guess you can argue the misogyny, if there was, for that matter.
Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Yes, I do.
Do you like him?
No.
Why?
He's really misogynistic, and like his views, they're so extreme.
Define misogyny for me.
Yeah, you got me.
But he got canceled because of who he was saying it to. He was merely talking to the ones that hate their lives and accepted it, to the ones who can't see their dicks, and to the ones who sit there all day and code the matrix itself. If people nowadays can't consume something that goes against their beliefs, and you say something that goes against their beliefs while they have control over the platform you're spreading your beliefs on, just imagine what they could do. Andrew Tate did more than just piss off the feminists that consume on these apps. He pissed off the feminists that designed them. And nowadays, people will do anything to shut down somebody who simply just has the audacity to say something that's somewhat controversial. And here's a little bit more on why modern men weren't ready for Andrew Tate. A lot of men needed Andrew Tate when he came around, but like I said, a lot weren't ready, and I'd honestly categorize the ones who weren't ready as boys, not men. But I only say that because Andrew Tate made little boys worship him, bro. And those little boys didn't necessarily understand the value of Andrew Tate's message or the caliber it has on one's life if applied, or applied correctly. For example, if we just look at incels, the incels that already hated women because they never got any bitches, they got more of a reason to hate women because of the red pill ideologies that he touched on, if that makes sense. And a lot of people just simply latched onto his philosophy without questioning a single thing, which isn't bad. There's not much to really question on his philosophy, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. But like I said, a lot of people latch onto his philosophy, and that's why I always say, bro, step away from the self-improvement shit and learn yourself. Don't just drown in other people's philosophies. I mean, you should be creating your own. Again, this is really dependent on your age. Like, I was watching a podcast with Hamza, and again, I'd be lying if I said he didn't aid a little bit of my self-improvement journey as well. I know I diss him on this channel quite a bit. That's just for different reasons, because of his content, etc., etc. But he is truly an inspiration as well. While he was on the podcast, he said the only reason he created the characters Jeffrey and Adonis was because he himself did not want to be looked at as the end result to his fan base. He wanted Adonis to be. And like I said, although I don't like the content he pushes out, that kind of mindset is fucking ridiculous, and he is an inspiration himself. But just take that in mind, man. Hamza himself isn't drowning in his own philosophy. He's dipping his toes into a multitude of different ones. Hence why he did a lot of book reviews back in the days, bro. He would do book reviews and kind of say his insights on that. And that was his own philosophy of him constantly learning. And you should be doing this as well. But like I said, why this depends on your age is because he did mention when you're younger, you kind of just want somebody to trust and somebody to look up to. And I mean, that could be Hamza for you, that could be Andrew Tate, that could be me, and fair enough. But I mean, by the time you turn 16, 17, you need to start questioning everything on your own and get it down to the bare bones, bro, or you're just gonna end up lost. Because in reality, nobody has that figured out at all. As much as Andrew Tate has it figured out, like, he looks like he has it figured out, yes, he's a really successful man, he's still learning on a daily basis. So you cannot look at him as the end goal to be like, because he's not at the end goal at all. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you need to question every single fucking thing you hear once you turn at a specific age where you can start philosophizing ideas, if that makes sense. So yeah, bro, I hope that fucking makes sense. I hope you kind of get where I'm coming from with this. And yeah, love you. Start tomorrow strong, G.